Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we're returning to Panzer Corps, made by Lords Games Studios and published by Slytherin and Matrix Games. This game came out, like 4 years ago now, and is basically a spiritual successor to the Panzer General series of the 1990s. As I mentioned in my last stream, the Panzer General series was a series that I grew up playing the heck out of when I was younger, and I would play on my PlayStation. I would listen to baseball on the radio, and that would kind of be a big piece, of my summer evenings or kind of spring time frame as well, in addition to doing a whole bunch of other things. But this was a spiritual successor that came out, like 3 or 4 years ago now. Has a bunch of DLC and expansions to include the Allies, the Soviets, and all these other countries that you can play as. But we're playing the base game as the Germans, and we're going through the German campaign. Last night I streamed for over 4 hours, and we actually were able to take over Poland. We won a decisive victory in Poland. We won, I believe it was a decisive victory in Norway. And then we won a minor victory in both France, the Low Countries, and then France mainland. Now, our minor victories in France ensured that we would not be invading England in 1940, unfortunately, but it does mean that we get to continue along the historical track. So we're now into the Greece scenario, the invasion of Greece, which basically Italy attempted to invade Greece from Albania, failed miserably, and now the Germans are coming to their aid to invade as well. This is an interesting scenario because Panzer Corps is kind of built around the idea of building your own army here on the side of units that you carry over from battle to battle. However, in this particular scenario, based largely on the fact that it's not like France, where the vast majority of the German army was deployed, it's a much smaller conflict, that the Germans only deployed a fraction of their forces to Greece to subdue the Greeks, largely in response to a failed Italian invasion. Germany decided it needed to invade and conquer Greece because now that, Greece was on the side of the Allies, because the Italians attacked it, they didn't want to risk the British basing bombers from Greece and attacking Romania, where Germany's main oil fields were located. So Germany convinced the Romanians, the Hungarians, and the Bulgarians to join the German Pact and attack Greece. However, they were, while initially able to convince Yugoslavia to join, there was a coup in Yugoslavia in which a pro-Allied government took over and meant that the Germans had to invade Yugoslavia as well. I thought this was a Yugoslavian scenario. I don't see any Yugoslavian territory, unless these cities might be Yugoslavian right here. Skopje, yeah, that is. So apparently we're fighting in southern Yugoslavia. These are the Italian forces, I assume, meant to be represented, the invading Italian forces from Albania. And then our principal objective appears to be both Kalamatia and Athens here in the south. And we also need to take Trelica, Salonika, and those look to be the only major objectives, but there's only a few roads and there's a lot of mountains, so this is going to be one of those scenarios where we've got to kind of stay close to the mountains and drive south. Time is a little bit of an essence. It's a little bit of a longer map. I don't know if it has a Crete scenario if you win or lose or whatever. The British game for the Middle East has a Crete scenario, I believe. You can see here there's Bulgarian troops here that are included in this scenario. There's Italian troops. Pardon my yawn. There's Italian troops over here to the west. The Purple General, I am not a history professor. So yeah. Anyway, let's see how we want to deploy. We can only pick a fraction of our forces. The good thing is it means we get free reinforcements if we, need to replace any casualties. Let's go ahead and just get everybody back up to full strength. First of all, I like to make sure I get everyone up to 100% strength. Oh, and it looks like we were gifted a brand new Panzer, or the 36th SE Panzer, Panzer 3F. All right. So we're definitely going to deploy our Air Force in this scenario. So that's going to be the first thing. I think we'll deploy them at this southern air base here. And we're going to do the entire Air Force. Meanwhile, I don't see a ton of rivers, so I don't know if engineers are all that necessary. I don't Engineers are kind of allow you to basically build a bridge over a river, but I see no rivers, no substantial rivers that we're going to need to cross. You know, in some cases, maybe engineers would let us bypass a heavily defended enemy front, but in this case, I don't see any real need for engineers. They'll just kind of be a waste of a unit. They're infantry, but they're not, you know, they're nothing special. We could start here on the right, but really I think the main course is going to be to take this road line and then advance in 2 columns down this road, just kind of pounding the enemy as we go. So I think our strong armored forces should be up in the north. We're going to go ahead and deploy all of our armor in this battle. It's only, what, like 5 units? We're also going to go ahead and deploy all of our artillery as well. And then, do we have any mountain troops? Yeah, these Gerber, however you pronounce it, that's a mountain unit, so they can move more quickly through rough terrain, which will be useful, again, because there are quite a few mountains around here. They don't have trucks, it doesn't look like, but hopefully they can just kind of march over the land. Then we're going to go ahead and get some pioneers, which will be useful in attacking any dug-in troops. They're useful for attacking fixed fortifications. And we've got 2 more units to choose from. I want to choose units that have trucks so they can move more quickly. So go ahead with the grenadiers and just some regular infantry as well, mounted on trucks. I'm actually going to place some of these troops, or move things around. Excuse me, by the way. I may yawn occasionally. It is kind of late here. I'm a bit tired. So I may yawn, and I may also, you know, have an occasional sneeze. But there you go. We've got 5 units left in reserve that won't be participating, at least until we lose some casualties. And that's our overall general deployment. For flamethrowers, French fried Greeks. Well, we just beat the French, so maybe. I am not a history professor, but I may have stayed at a Holiday Inn Express one night. That is true. I have stayed at Holiday Inn Expresses. Actually stayed at one for work about a year ago, or around a year ago today. Okay, so that is the initial deployments. You can see here we're all set to go. Now, the Greeks appear to have an airfield here at Salonika. I'm not sure if the Greeks have an air force. I assume we're going to run into British, because historically the British sent an expeditionary force to aid the Greeks. So I'm actually going to fly these guys forward to this airbase. We'll see if there's any enemy aircraft. Doesn't appear to be so. But that was some useful reconnaissance. We'll go ahead and fly some over Skopje. And no other units, but there are some infantry units that we can bomb. And then I'm kind of tempting fate here by flying my Stuka out here all alone without air cover. But we're going to do it, and we'll bomb these guys. Yeah, I mean, I don't have much in the way of... I don't have any troops that are on APCs or anything like this. So, unfortunately, while trucks may not be ideal, they're going to be the reality of the situation for a while. So we're going to send 2 tanks toward each main road path, and the hope is just to kind of batter our way through. Shite. Alright, we'll deploy him out a little bit. We'll bring these guns in this way. And actually, the enemy may have a defensive line. Well, they do have a defensive line here. It looks lightly guarded. Oh, but they do have some anti-aircraft guns here, so the Bulgarians are going to attack and hopefully pin these Greek forces that are kind of on our flank in place, is the hope. Okay, where are these guys going? Alright, so overall that fight here went pretty well. We drove them back. I'm not going to attack here because the enemy has some defensive artillery, but we almost destroyed this Greek unit. And it looks like they're Greek mountain troops as well. I don't know if all the Greek troops are mountain troops or if it's just some. All the guys in here appear to be. But anyway, so that's the start of our advance south. These trucks do appear to move okay in, like, clear terrain that may not necessarily be mountains, per se. I'm also going to put some false jumpers, some paratroopers here at this airbase, and maybe we can mount them up and fly them south, get behind the Greek lines. Okay, so that, I think, does it. I'm trying to... Oh, we do have some Italian troops as well. So there's some Greeks in the mountains here. Let's see. So we've got one Italian city. Also, I think we have some air units and naval units from across the way. So I don't know if the Royal Navy is going to show up, but none of these are core units per se. So we can use our Navy here to some good effect along the coast, hopefully. Although, again, I don't know if the British Royal Navy will show up at some point as well, which, if they do, would pose, obviously, a bit of a challenge for us. Kind of deploy our destroyers and subs down here as a bit of a breakwater to protect our heavy ships should the enemy come this way. So these guys will act as a screen. Basically, if the enemy tries to run past us, they'll run into an adjacent hex, so there'll be a bit of a tripwire there for us. Meanwhile, the Italian Air Force... actually, let's go ahead and... So, effective attack there for our Italian troopers, and now you just retreated in range of a Greek or Italian heavy cruiser. Awesome. So, let's see. So the Italian Air Force is coming into play for us. Very nice. Just the one. We'll keep these guys in the mountains. Actually, we'll do that. Okay, so I think that might be about it. These guys can advance, so we'll do that. Advance in the mountains, await the Greek counterattack. Not going to attack with them, so we'll go ahead and end the turn. I don't think those Italian troops are mountain troops. Let's take a look. It just says regular Italian infantry. None of them are mountain troops. Holy cow, that Italian unit got chewed up. Wow, those are soft troops. Retreat! Alright. Bombard. Bomb. Oh, the weather. The weather. It's rainy. I can't use my Air Force anymore. Well, it's a good thing we got us some Navy ships. Okay, so we drove them back. Alright, so attacking on the left, pushing back those Greek, or destroying that Greek unit. And now just kind of slowly, hopefully making this Greek unit not a threat, because we already saw what they did to that other unit of ours. Alright, so that does it for our Navy. I'm not going to use the destroyers, I'll keep them out there as a screen. Meanwhile, we're going to use our artillery here to bombard Skopje. Again, the weather basically means that our Air Force is useless this turn. Victory! Skopje is ours! Advance south! Alright, so our tanks quickly race south. We'll go ahead and seize this city. Why is there no one in this town? Can I just not see it? Yep, okay. I had a hunch there were still guys there. Alright, so this is 3 to 6 versus 2 to 4. We'll do 3 to 6. And it ended up 2 to 4. I remember last game we were talking I should probably fire whoever's doing our predictive analytics here on the German side because they're so woefully inadequate. Alright. So it looks like the Greeks have started pulling back from the border because a lot of the units that we saw here just a turn ago are no longer there. Oh, shit. Ambush! No! Don't attack there. I don't want you to do that. God damn it. I don't want to expose these guys by it. Fuck! Stupid me. Alright, we're gonna get you back to air bases to refuel. And let's go ahead and mount you guys up on some air units. Alright, so we've got some paratroopers ready for some action. These are Bulgarians. I'll sacrifice a few to attack some anti-aircraft guns. And that's about it for that turn, I think. Let's see what we haven't moved. Our artillery, we can move south. Our fighters will fly back to refuel. Leave the Navy in place, and we're good to go. Horsemen! Okay, so they didn't actually end up attacking our infantry there. You can see these infantrymen are still pinned down from the successful bombardments we launched against them. Man, these Italian troopers are doing a lot better than the real Italians did. Advance! There's something satisfying, by the way. I kind of miss Order of Battle's whole front line. There's something satisfying about seeing the front line move forward as you move. In Panzer Corps, there is no front line. Alright. Actually, this artillery... Let's see here. Alright, so we took that Yugoslavian city. Now... is the time to bombard these Greek troops. I like the look of these old World War I era cannon that they show you. Okay. Jukas go over here. Along with some fighter escorts, just because I don't know if the British are around. Nice, that was a very effective artillery barrage. Don't think any of the naval ships can reach there. I'm probably relying too heavily on armor. Infantry would probably be the ideal way to knock out other enemy infantry in a city. Alright, let's move. I don't know where we want to move these paratroopers. But over here. Trying to conserve my troops a little bit, at least my German troops. I don't want to take undue casualties. Right. I don't think these guys have any experience, so we'll just go ahead and quickly build them back to full strength. Maybe sit on your butts. These guys will reinforce. I think we're good. Are those Bulgarians getting shelled? British armor! Shit. No! God damn. New Zealanders. Paratroop in. Oh, fuck. Man, I lose troops the dumbest ways. Alright, at least I had the paratroopers right on hand. They were... There we go. Alright, so those New Zealanders are almost dead. Let's see. These Italian guys right down here? There you go. What's gonna put you to sleep? The fact that it's not Hearts of Iron, or Hearts of Iron will put you to sleep? Wish I could just bombard the city. I know there's guys there. Might as well just bomb them. Rugged defense. My ass. Alright, okay. Send these guys in here to destroy what's left of this. Oh, really? That was a pretty ineffective attack. Damn, this artillery just died. That entire attack sequence was poorly coordinated by me. Alright, so the enemy artillery is gone. They've got some supporting... Ah! Infantry... Okay. That was a pretty good result, I think. That about does us in, though. I'm not going to advance them into the city, because I'd rather try and avoid a British counterattack. I think they're more likely to get attacked from inside the city. You guys are chatting up a storm over there. Trying to keep track of both. Sorry, I haven't been very engaged in the chat. Let's see, what didn't we use yet? Yes, I know the Italian Navy's gone unused. That's fine. What's the Navy? Pretty much. One Greek unit here. 2 Greek units left on that defensive line. Aw, flippity flip. Oh wow, those Italian troops actually gave a decent account of themselves. Okay, Royal Air Force must die. Yay, outstanding achievements. You're now a hero. And the British Air Force is dead. Huzzah! And the British armor is dead. Huzzah! And the New Zealander infantry are dead. Huzzah! And now the Australians are dead. Es ist tot, ja? Alright, let's reinforce you. Alright, that little roadblock was brought to you by the Allies. When fighting hopeless causes is your thing, join the Allies. The city of Ionia will soon be nothing but rubble. We may not hit anything, but we're certainly going to destroy that city. Alright. Good. So we've broken their left. They've still got some troops dug in here on these forts. I know they've got something in the port of Salonika. Alright. Okay, so let's deal with these guys that are kind of still a pain in our rear. Damn rugged defense. Oh, come on, die. For flip's sake. Okay. You did succeed in me diverting my tanks, but whatever. We cleared our left. There's one unit left over here. I'm hoping they don't dash for our cities, but none of them are objective cities, so theoretically we could lose them and not really care. Some more dead Greek soldiers. Let's reinforce these guys. Our navy can still move, and I think that's about it. So we'll go ahead and end the turn. We're on to turn 5, actually about to be turn 6. We have to win within 6 more turns for a decisive victory. I'm really bad at decisive victories, apparently. Alright, everyone. Well, that's going to do it for this stream. This is a part of a stream that I did over a month ago now, looking at Panzer General and kind of playing through the German campaign. We've started our invasion of Greece. Things have been moving a little bit slowly, but we are working on conquering the entire nation of Greece, at which point it will free us up to move eastward to deal with the menace of the Soviet Union. But that is going to be for another video. In our next video, we'll take a look at the conclusion of the Battle of Greece and return to the series. But until next time, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed the series thus far. I'm kind of returning to it after a little while away. And yeah, thanks again, guys. Till next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.